It's Friday! It's Flying Friday. We are on our round the world flight to recreate... Is it Shift B or Control B? I can't remember. Shift B? Yes. To recreate the flight of the Douglas World Cruiser. Our first flight was from Seattle to Prince Rupert. Our second flight was from Prince Rupert to Sitka. We are here in Sitka, Alaska. We're using Real Weather FX Lite or FX Real Weather Lite or whatevs. So this is the current weather conditions in Sitka, Alaska at the time of this record. Yes, what are we flying? Up close and personal. Yeah, up close and personal. Let's get... oh, that's not better. There we go. We're flying a FedEx. FedEx A300. Alright. Let's see here. Shift. So let's guess 3. Nope. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So this flight is from... let's see, strobe. Nav logo, this should all be on now. Can't even tell because the game has gone silly on me. Somebody gave me the old trick. Locked spot helps. There we go. There's our plane. There, that's better. Alright. So we're here. And we're going to take off, let's see, I think I need to take off this way. Just because, yeah, there's mountains that way. This plane is probably a little bit big for Sitka. So it's going to be one of those, we hope, moments. And I was going to, but I never did, look up the runway length in Seward, but we're gonna hope. We've done short field landings before, so you should be okay, I hope. So our first on takeoff, we're gonna head towards KA. Wow, that's gonna be a hard turn. It does want me to take off that direction, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, we're going to have to go this way. We're going to have to take off from this side. I didn't want to because of the mountains, but we're going to have to make a hard right on takeoff anyway. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. The weather looks much nicer than it did on landing here when we landed in our P-38 Lightning. Of course, we somehow damaged the steering mechanism on the front gear, so yeah. Now we're flying out on this A300 FedEx livery. I do want to go visit Sitka. I think that would be really fun. I had a friend who was stationed out of Sitka on a Coast Guard ship. He stayed there for like 2 winters, I think. Something like that. And now he's, I think he went to officer school or something. I don't remember. Alright, okay, good. The windsock does say this is the proper way to take off, so good us. We're going to lose a little bit of runway, but I'm just going to go in for the takeoff from this point. Wow, this is going to be insane. Go ahead and set our... in there, okay. The nice thing is, this thing of course has autopilot. So we'll actually be able to set autopilot at some point. Run these engines all the way up. And release. Alright, here we go. This is the moment of our first moment of truth. And we take off out of Sitka. I think this thing is fully loaded, which is insane, and I shouldn't have done that, but I think we'll make it. It's about 530 nautical miles to Seward. Oh yeah. In the air. Gears up. We're going to go ahead and roll those engines back. Turn us. Towards BKA, which is our first VOR point. It is just off of Sit. Those of you that were with me for the landing and approach into Sitka know that I use Sit as my nav beacon. Get into Sitka. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Just gonna roll those engines back a little bit. We don't want to go too fast right now. I'm going to take her up to probably 30,000. Again, I'm not running IFR. I'm going to run this VFR right now. Remembering, of course, the Douglas World Cruiser flights were all at 5,000. We just blew through 5,000. Their average altitude was 5,000, or their highest altitude. Can't remember now. Can't remember. Alright, looks like we're busting through our low cloud layers here. Okay. Engines are turning nicely. Yeah. This is going to be a nice, I hope, easy, uneventful-ish flight. I hope. If we don't overspeed the aircraft, which would be the first goal. Alright, we're almost to BKA, and then we're going to be rotating the aircraft heavily to the right. I don't know what the next checkpoint is. I haven't actually checked that. I probably could have, but I didn't. Come on. Come on. Come on, plane. Give me my next checkpoint. Come on. Silly airplane. Okay. There we go. All right. I think I'm climbing at a not reasonable altitude. Okay. That's fine. Right about there-ish should be fine. Ish. I like my ish. It's like fish. Okay, and come on, give me the next waypoint, please. I'm starting to. There we go. So from BKA, we're heading for Salis. It's a 40 nautical mile flight. Subs turn all the way around to 301. And then we're going to start playing with our autopilot, see if I can get this thing to fly itself for a little bit. That was way more bank and turn than you probably should ever put on a commercial aircraft, but it's a freight dog, so it's okay. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Alright, so let's start with altitude. I'd like to go up to 20,000 probably. We'll go for 24. 26? That sounds like a good number. Look that way there. There you go. All right. We got speed. We'll look at about 2. Yeah, that's good for right now. I'll play with you later, and then heading 300. It looks like is what I need. 300. And what are you? Oh, you're my vertical speed. All right, so. For the life of me, cannot see that. Altitude, hold, profile, headings. No, nav. 300, and then autopilot switches on. What are you doing? Are you still climbing? You are still climbing. No, I want... What are you doing? Why would you roll that way? 295 is not the correct number. Why? So you want like that? Is that what you're saying? It would appear so. That's a vertical speed. Am I actually in control of the vertical speed? It does not appear I am. Okay, that's fine. We level. We are level. We're at 300. Okay. GPS. GPS nav, please. That would be good. Alright, so that should put us straightened out, I think. Yeah. Have any control over that? I don't. Alright, good. So we're in a good position. Autopilot is on. Good. Good, good, good. Think we're in a good position, people. Think we're in a good position. Okay, then we'll just monitor speed. Oh, I do have control over throttle. Okay. I thought I have auto throttle on. Thought I had auto throttle on. Isn't that what that button is for? Isn't that auto throttle? These Airbus autopilot systems. That's got to be auto throttle. Oh, but Airbus doesn't move the throttle levers. That's right. The Airbus auto throttle does not operate the throttle levers. It's all digital. Okay. Unlike the Boeing auto throttle, which actually moves the thrust levers physically so that a pilot could see the throttle. Okay. We're gonna presume that we have her sorted out right now. And that will be okay. I'm gonna bring the GPS over here so we can look up where we're going. Alright, so we're almost to Salis. So there's our route. All the way up to Seward. Quite a flight. Now, where is our flight plan? There we go. So from Salis, we'll go to Hapit, Incenta, Holy, Yak, Wart, Malice, and etc. And notice these are, 63, 63. Those aren't too terrible. Then some short ones. That's over 100 down there. I'm not going to scroll down quite yet. But we're going to have some... Well, actually, I can. So from Malice, we got Foret, then Katet, Castle, EX, Joe, Kebab, Nelly, Knoll, and then there we go into Seward. So the longest flight is the Forat. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Cool. So we're definitely going to just be cruising along here. Can I get like 1200? No? Apparently not. Okay. I've noticed my speed is going down. So the auto throttle is useless. Okay. I don't know how to use, apparently. All right, let's, nope, that's that. No. What's that? Might need to turn anti-ice on if we think about it later. Probe heat, no. Cockpit lights, nope. All right. Okay, there's our electrical, and that's it. So I don't really, unless I go to 1. Aha. So here's our close-up. See if we can cipher this thing out. That's altitude hold. I don't want that. I don't know what that is. Profile. I presume that that would be the flight profile, but I didn't load a proper flight profile in here to go up to 26,000. VL. Now. Oh, press the button. So, nope, that's pressing that. So altitude hold isn't a thing. No. Okay, so that is auto throttle, right? Yeah. And then that turns on the speed, so that'll hold the speed. It's my engines. They are... Okay, they are going up, so it is... Okay, I think we got it now. That wasn't clear to me at all. Okay, so we got speed. I have this feeling that I'm going to need to hit altitude hold. Yeah. I think I have that feeling I'm going to need to hit altitude hold when we get up to 26. I need my own little, like, flight director on board with me. How do you use the autopilot? I don't know. All right, as soon as we get up to 26, and I have this thing sorted out and flying level-ish at 26, then we'll accelerate time, and hopefully we'll make it into Seward in a relatively quick manner. I mean, we are flying a jet. We're going 431 knots currently, ground speed. So we're going to close the distance to Seward pretty quickly. Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty quick one here. This seems to be a very long leg for the Douglas World Cruiser. Remember, these planes were flying at about 100 knots, so that would have been a 5-hour flight. I guess that's possible. Probably closer to a 6-hour flight when you think about it. I guess it would be possible. It just seems after the Seattle to Prince Rupert, that wasn't very long. It wasn't super long. Prince Rupert to Sitka was like nothing. Sitka to Seward seems like a long third leg, but it's not a bad third leg because you're hugging the Alaskan coast almost all the way up there. So that wouldn't be too bad. I mean, if you had a problem, you could just put the plane down somewhere and you'd be pretty capable of getting a rescue by somebody, you would think. I would think anyway. You really do have control, okay. But will you stop at 26, or will you go and keep on rolling? We don't know. And I don't think you are holding your speed either. How do I switch this over to Mach? Like it's a button in the Boeing cockpit. Huh. I don't know. What's our Mach? We're at 0.61, so we have plenty of room to maneuver. We're well below the speed that we've asked the plane to fly it at. All right, are you gonna level off or not? You're not. All right. There we go. Altitude hold. Oh, is that what you wanted? Is that what you wanted me to press? I don't even understand. Okay, and then are my engines rolling back? Fuel flow is going down. Yeah, 89.2. Okay. All right, I want you to like level out at appropriate speed. What if I told it? Well, okay, let's there to 280. We're still rolling the engines back. Okay, now they're rolling back faster, so that must be now activating. So it looks like it had an envelope limit on the throttle it could give. Yeah. Okay. All right, so we're good now. Okay, now that we've done that, let's get our menu bar. Got a 4 times speed. Dun 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 dun. Rocking along in our A300 FedEx livery. Got all our lights on. We're trying to fly appropriately, even though we're flying VFR and not IFR, but whatever. Some pretty clouds going on, some pretty mountains going on. Up close and personal with our plane. The world on time. And back in the cockpit. Yay, us. Okay, so our ground speed is now 469 knots. We're going to estimate the Senta intersection in 6 minutes. It's 51 nautical miles away. It's not bad at all. And we're running at 4 times speed. And the autopilot's going to handle the bumps and jostles of the road. So we can chillax. If we were flying a commercial jet, that's where we'd ring the flight attendant and say, hey, mind bringing up a little bit of coffee, and if you can sneak a little bit of something in there, that'd be great. Kidding. But you could sit down and have your dinner. I guess they do that on well, of course they do that on FedEx planes. They have like a little area for the crew, and I believe they used to carry some passengers. I think as a FedEx employee you can fly on some of these in some cases. I think you have to have a real reason or something. That was the whole premise behind what was that movie where the guy talked to the volleyball? Castaway. That's it. That was the whole premise behind Castaway, is that he was on that FedEx plane as a employee just riding along, and the plane crashed, and then amazing, stupid special effects of spinning engines underwater, which no. And yeah. It was a stupid movie. I did not like Castaway at all. I thought the movie was silly. Not that I wouldn't enjoy being a castaway, because believe it or not, I think I sort of would. Like, you know, being a castaway, not necessarily a castaway. I'd like for people to know where I am, but maybe kind of neat, like living on an island, making your own food. I think that would be kind of cool. but I wouldn't have the internet. And I couldn't hang out with you guys. Huh. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. I got to think about that. What do you guys think? You think it'd be cool to end up on a castaway island as a living your own life away from everybody, but unlike Castaway, you were able to go back to civilization at any time. Like you could just be like, "Oh, I'm done," and they'd come and get you, or you had your own boat or something like that. Yeah, let me know what you think. Would you enjoy that kind of living, or are you more of the person who wants to be like around people and cities and things like that? Woo! As we turn, we are turning towards Wart. Excellent. The beauty of this aircraft. Autopilot. I don't have to fight the bloody thing the entire flight. That's good. Okay, our big leg is coming up here in a little bit. GPS still says we're 500 nautical miles away. I don't think that's really true there. But, all right, we're heading to Malice. Okay, 13 nautical miles to Malice, and then we have the 100+ nautical mile jump. It's 111, so here we are. So we're at Wart now. We're going to hit Malice here shortly. That's 111 nautical miles to Foret. Then we have 17 to Katat, 19 to Castle, 12, 27, 25. Yeah, that's not 500. Silly GPS. See, it's like 250, 350, 500. I don't think so, GPS. We'll see. But there we go. We're 100 nautical miles from Foret. So it's about 13 minutes because we're cruising at 438 knots of ground speed. That's not bad at all. Let's be at about 100, I think. That way I can see when we're coming into Seward and I can start dealing with descent, because that'll be fun. It'll be a little bit different because I'm not flying ILS. I got like AATC? No? Okay. We'll figure it out. I have thought, by the way, about air hauler, but I don't know. I'm enjoying this, like finding things and recreating them. Okay, this isn't the most entertaining in the whole wide world, but we're recreating something. And what I'm going to do, as we get ready to start leaving Alaska, maybe even after the next leg when we're leaving Seward, I'm going to start looking up a little bit about our landing site, so we have something to talk about. try to find out a bit more information about what the Douglas World Cruiser on that particular leg. That's actually really hard to find, though, so that might not happen. I don't know why. Some of the most interesting things are the hardest things to find information on. Just, I guess, the way it is. It's interesting to me, and therefore nobody else. I guess that's how I could read into that. Probably not the best way to read into that, but still. Six minutes out. Just cruising. All right, so while we're cruising, let's check our gauges, make sure everything is copacetic. All right, we're fuel flowing evenly on both engines. That's good. Oil temp is good. Vibration is good, both N1 and N2. Air conditioning looks good. Altitude also looks good. Good. Excellent. All right. Yeah, all of our engine gauges, we're looking excellent. Nice. Whoa. Little bit of bump. Still, pretty relaxed cruise right now. Oh, I can. Oh, look, I can pull out a sun visor. It doesn't cover up that though. It's kind of. Can you go over there? No. All right, fine. Be that way. See if I care. Just cruising along. Just cruising. Very nice. I was kind of scared about this aircraft, taking this aircraft on this flight. I was actually scared about it because I knew that Sitka is a relatively short runway and mountain ranges on either side. And I was like, ugh, how is the plane going to climb out? How is it going to behave? And I was kind of like, oh, do I want to take this one? Do I want to take the 757? Because I know that 757 with the big Rolls engines, that thing is going to take off just fine. And I was like, you know what? We'll take this one. If we crash, I'll just not show you guys that I crashed. That's really what I was thinking. And then I could take the 757. And I was also like, okay, what am I going to fly? We have a 500 nautical mile range, you know, flight. The first plane I picked, it was like, oh, it's going to take you 3 hours to do this flight. I was like, no, just no. And I think that one actually didn't even have the range. I think I would have had to stop part way. All right, get back on board. We are now 4 nautical miles. Oh no, we've crossed over. We are now 12 nautical miles from EX. Pull this over here. We've suddenly gone from 500 nautical miles away to 150 nautical miles from Seward. But, all right, so Seward has got a runway going that way. So it's going to direct us in. We're probably going to have to do a loop that way. So we had some bumps and wobbles. How many of you have been to Alaska? That's an interesting one. How many of you have been to Alaska? I have not yet. It is something I do want to do. Probably relatively soon. Okay, so we're 100 now. It's that curvature of the Earth up here thing. So I think at Nelly, I think I'm going to start taking over the flight. Yeah, I think at Nelly would be a good one. Maybe. Or should I wait? Wait for Noel? What's the distance on that one? So it's 31. Pod, okay. So that's 50. 60 nautical miles off of Nelly. I think I might control my descent starting at Nelly using autopilot. Just yeah, I think we'll do that. So let's go ahead and bring her down off 200 to 260. Actually, we're not even at Nelly yet, but I'm going to go ahead and ask the plane. Let's go down to 20. Oops, that's way too much. 20. There we go. Okay, so we're going to start our descent towards 20,000. That will be good. Okay. So that'll get us to 20. Probably Actually, probably, well, it's 1,200 a minute. No, it's not. It's not 1,200 a minute there. Anyway. Whoa, little hit there. Little hit there. Okay, we have crossed Nelly. All right, I want to go down to 250. 45 is fine. And 15.5, I think, would be a good idea here as well. Because we're only a minute out from Noel. Oh my gosh. Now the bad thing is, the worst thing is, the GPS actually freezes up on this plane. So I'll glance away and glance back, and it has jumped multiple checkpoints, and I'm like, oh, what's happening? Yeah, that's the way it works, apparently. Okay, here's our turn towards Seward. Okay, it looks like Seward is actually... my concern is I don't know what the ground is underneath me. I don't know how tall those mountains are. So yeah, I think 15.5 is about where we want to be. All right, we're about 3 minutes out. So let's normalize ourselves. So we have a little bit more time to figure out what we're doing. All right, let's... If I flip that... Nope. P... Oops. A... Okay, that's the one I want. All right, we're looking at a 4,300-foot runway. That might be pushing things, but we're going to try. Okay, it is unregulated. Okay, it's uncontrolled. So that is the way we're going to want to land on it. All right. Yep, there's our landing point, so we're going to want to hit that intersection there. Okay. Let's that. Okay, we are now in control of our own aircraft. Good. I was like, are you going to turn? Yes, you just have to apply a little bit more force. Come on, Dare. Get with the program. Okay. Now, so what I'm thinking is we're going to have to kind of go out over the land. We're going to have to come up Seward's inlet here. It's actually on our right. No, can't see it, but there's an inlet. I think we're going to have to fly up the inlet. This is going to be interesting. I've never landed at Seward before. We might have an accident. Remember, accidents on landing will be repairable. Accidents elsewhere are not. That's why I want to make sure I'm above the mountains here. Because I'd rather, you know, I'd rather have a little oops on... Oh, good. It suddenly cleared up into... Okay, before it screws up again, before the weather goes bad again. Okay, there's our runway. Okay, so we're gonna have to want to hug that spine. Okay, yeah. We'll fly up there. Then we'll have to turn in right there to make that landing. Okay. All right. This is where it gets tense. Looks like my FSX real weather just went and died, which is okay. I mean, it kind of stinks, but... Alright, so these are definitely not, like, huge mountains over here, so we can get a little bit of down going on here. That looks good right about there. Yeah, okay. Now we're still going way, way fast to try to do anything like flaps or anything like that. All right. This is where having like a prop plane would be an advantage. Those look like they're about 10s, don't they? Maybe not. Alright, so that's that little area right there where we got that island. That's sort of what we're going to aim for, I think. But we're going to aim for it at a lower altitude than 10,000. Okay. This is going to be like the most tensest time ever. Imagine doing this without all the modern technology. That'd be insanity. Slow down, plane. Trying to see where my markers are. Okay, there's the marker. Okay. Helps to have the GPS. Continue a gentle descent. Normalize my atmospheric pressure. So I'm now below those mountains there. The snow-capped ones anyway. I think what we're going to try, instead of flying up that inlet like that, do this. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to fly this direction. Now, what are my flaps levels? You're not going to tell me, are you? Oh, wait. You tell me up here? Takeoff, approach and landing, flaps, so 205, 175, okay, that's good. That is good information to have. So here we are. Our airport is over there. Once we clear this mountain right here, we're going to fly up the spine. In fact, we can probably go ahead and start that. Turn. While we're doing this, I'm going to go ahead and tune the Seward traffic. We are landing on runway 30, I believe. Full stop. On final. Okay, so we at least have announced ourselves. Okay, we're at 4,000. Go ahead and give a notch of flaps. Okay, now we're going to start the spine flight. All right, I've got the lights. I can see the runway. Don't want to go too slow because that would be really bad, wouldn't it, guys? It's like we made it all this way and then we stalled and died. Let's put those gears out. All right, no more flying from the outside there. You're gonna kill us. All right, let's get some descent going on here. All right, we should be approaching our speed that we can safely go to full flaps. Yep, there it is right there. Okay, stop rolling back, engine. Do not get behind the aircraft there. There we go. Okay. Way too high. Oh my gosh, we are way, 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 way too high, and we really don't have... I'm looking at the... I'm looking and I'm like, oh crap, there's really like no like escape. We are going into a mountain range. All right. We were so concerned about maintaining speed. I wasn't maintaining altitude very well. It's not one thing, it's another, guys. All right, there we go. Oh, don't be the short runway.
Sink rate.
I think that's going to be the long runway.
Pull up. Sink rate. Sink rate.
Hush, dude. I'm going to be just fine-ish, maybe.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Got my lights.
Sink rate. Sink rate.
Got to put this plane on the ground.
Sink rate.
Come on, baby. Pop those air brakes. Oh, come on. Botheration. Yeah, we're back in Sitka now. That sucked. I mean, I know I was dropping the aircraft fast, but... Yeah. I probably need to practice with jets a little bit more, because I hate jet liners. I really do. Like, I enjoy jet fighters and prop planes, but these things suck. Alright, well, we crashed on landing in Seward. So we lost one airplane. I don't know which one it was, but we lost one of the planes from the Douglas World Cruiser flight. I need to go look up how many there were. If we crash all of them, then we end our flights. So we lost one plane already. Boo, hiss. I'm going to go practice landing jet liners now. right, until next Flying Friday in 2 weeks, when we will attempt the next leg from Seward to, I can't remember where. I think it's Dutch. I think it's Dutch Harbor, but I can't be sure. Until then, I've been DerTebbers. This has been Flying Friday. We are recreating the flight of the Douglas World Cruiser, their around the world flight, and we crashed on landing. Until next time, happy flying, everybody.